So I am back here um to my phone again. I think the phone will be the best place to do this live, so I could invite people to join, and then the questions can flow. Yeah, but as I was saying, we thank God for a new year. We thank God that 2025 has come to an end, and so I could invite people to join. 2025 has come to, is coming to an end. It's not yet over. We have like a few days more. So we have like 26 days more to end 2025. So we thank God. Everything has been good so far. So far, so good. So how was your 2025? If you are watching me, I want to tell me about your 2025. Oh. 2025 to me has been like the year that just came and left. Like, it just came. It feels like yesterday. 2025 feels like yesterday. Come, let me turn on my light. So, as I was saying, today's life is more about you guys asking me questions. Okay, I don't have anything to say, and hopefully my guest will come back. My guest that I didn't plan, but he's here. He's going to come back to talk to you guys about how he applied for PhD with his bachelor's. He's currently at the University of Miami, studying his PhD in nursing. He only had a bachelor's degree, but then now he's in the States studying for his PhD. So he will come and talk to you about his experience. Hopefully you can ask him questions about what he did, what's his experience being a student here is so far. Yeah, so when I tell you guys that you can actually apply for a PhD with your bachelor's, I mean it. I'm really serious about that, and that's the truth. You can apply for your PhD with a bachelor's. You can get into a PhD program with a bachelor's, especially with the healthcare courses like nursing, chemistry. You can do that, and even some of the engineering courses, you can apply for them whilst you have a bachelor's. So today is the floor is for you guys. Ask questions, tell me what you want to know, I would answer them. Yeah, just tell me what you want to know and what you want to learn from me, and you're invited to my oranges. Some of them are sweet, some to have this tart taste. By the grace of God, I'm done with almost all my classes. So I'll see how I'll be coming live to talk to you guys and also answer your questions. So if you are interested, just let me know. So as I'm saying, ask me any question you want to, I would answer. Charles would come in. Charles has Bachelor's and now he's pursuing his PhD here. He'll be here. If you want to ask him questions, how did you use your Bachelor's to apply for PhD? Charles will be here to answer all your questions. So for now, just ask me questions. And how was your 2025? If you want to tell me about how 2025 has been for you so far, like, let's talk. For me, 2025 has been good. God has shown a lot of grace and a lot of mercy to us this year for me. January just came. Like, I can remember it's been New Year. You know, I can remember it was New Year like some months ago. Then all of a sudden we are in December. The months just move fast like that. But in all, things have been good. Even the bad ones, even the bad ones, you can't complain. You just have to thank God for all. As long as you have life, and as long as you have breath, you can walk, you can laugh, you can cry. You know, people only think about laughing, but then even if you can cry, laugh, be sad, be happy, all those things, you need to be grateful for them. You need to be very, very grateful. So how is 2025 and what are your plans for 2026? See, this is a time that you have to start putting in some plans, okay? To start asking yourself, like, start making a life audit about your whole life. What has been good, what has been bad so far. Like, plan your life. This is the time that you take audits. You start looking back. You have to do a retrogress audit about your life. Look at your life. Look at what you've accomplished, what you were not able to accomplish, why you were able to accomplish what you did, why you couldn't accomplish what you couldn't. What were the setbacks? Were they from you? Were they from family? Were they from friends? Was it financial setback? Write all those things down. You know, write them down, do a life audit, and then ask yourself, what do I need to improve for next year? Sometimes we want to become a brand new person when the new year starts, but that's not how it works. Okay, you have to start somewhere. You have to start slowly. So ask yourself, what should I improve on? You start with the things that you've been able to accomplish this year and how you can improve upon them next year. So you do that. Okay, I've done this, I did that, it was good, but I'm going to do this and this to improve upon it next year. Then you start that way. Don't make it look like all of a sudden you want to start your life, you want to be a brand new person because it's a brand new year. 2026 is also another year, and to me it's just like any other year. It is how you make it, okay? It is how you plan it and how you live it that would determine whether it's going to be a good year or a bad year for you. So I would encourage you that this is the time that you have to start making your life audit. Get yourself a book, get yourself a paper and pen. Write down the good, the bad, the in-betweens, the worst, everything. Write it down. What did I do well? What didn't I do well? How can I improve what I did well? And also what I did not do or what I failed at. Is it worth pursuing it in the next year? If it's not worth it, just forget about it and move on to the other things. There are many other things that you can do for yourself, my people, my lovely people. There are many things you can do for yourself. Don't constrain yourself to just one thing, okay? Yeah, don't constrain yourself. be very vigilant. 2025, be vigilant. Yeah, be vigilant. And I also say all the time, if you have a bachelor's degree, you can apply for your PhD. You can apply for a PhD straight. You don't need to come and do masters all the time. If you are not getting into a master's program, improve upon what you have, your qualifications and your CV, and apply for a master's. It's straight. There are people that do it. Charles is here. Charles had a master's, a bachelor's in nursing, and today he's doing his PhD in nursing at the University of University of Miami. That's where he is doing his PhD. So you can also do it. That's what I'm saying, that today I'm here for you guys. Any questions you want to ask me about applying for school, about experience, about anything, I'm here. Just ask me anything at all, and I'll do my best to answer. Hopefully Charles would join us soon so that you can ask him, how did you apply for a PhD with your masters? How did you what's the name? What has been your experience so far being a student here, even though you don't have a master's? What is your experience like? What would you do different if you're applying again and all that? Yeah, you should be here, stick here and ask questions, okay? And Charles, we are waiting for you. We are waiting for you. So you can okay, there's a question now. Can I get a direct entry to study healthcare course after graduating in, what is CHEW? CHEW in Nigeria. I don't know what that is. What course is that? Are you talking about chemistry? Because he said CHEW. Is it chemistry you are referring to? Michael, are you saying chemistry? Is it chemistry you are referring to? Because I don't know any program called CHEW, whether in Nigeria or anywhere in this world. So what program are you taking? Oh, community health extension worker. Do you have a bachelor's, or you have what? What do you have? It depends on what you have. Is it a bachelor's program or HND? Because if it's HND, you can go do a master's straight. You don't need to do a bachelor's. If it's not HND, and no, I think it should be HND. Community, yes. And I'm asking, is it HND degree? Is the degree HND or bachelor's? Yeah, so if it's HND, you can even get how do you call it, a PhD program. You can apply to a PhD school and get. So let me know which is it. Michael, is it a PhD? Sorry, a bachelor's or HND? So the thing is, if it's a bachelor's or HND, you can still apply for PhD and get it. What you have to do, okay? Most people try to run away from this, but what you have to do is get your transcript evaluated. It is very important that you get your transcript evaluated. Most of the time, many a time, people want to skip that step, which is not good. It's not going to. It's a studied course in College of Health Sciences. After 3 years, we are awarded. Yeah, you can use it to apply. What you have to do is getting your transcripts evaluated. Okay, get it evaluated. which is, and most of the time I also understand is because of the money involved, the amount involved. That's why people want to forgo it. But get the money, evaluate your transcripts, go to World Education Services, evaluate your transcripts, and get a bachelor's equivalent. So when you get a bachelor's equivalent, then you can use it to apply for this PhD and master's program. Okay, that is how you do it. You evaluate your transcript, go to World Education Services, evaluate your transcript, make sure that they get it into the bachelor's equivalent for you. Then you use that to apply for your PhD and master's programs. So that's how you start it. You can do that straight ahead. I hope that makes sense to you. The evaluation right now, let's say it should be around, let's say $250. Yeah, it should be $250. It could be more, okay, but it's around 200 and something. It's not up to $300. Words is 200 and something dollars. It's not up to 300. And also you know that when you pay that, you also have to pay your school to evaluate your transcripts. So you have to ask them how much are they taking to get your transcript over for evaluation and all that. So you pay that one to your school as well. No, so it doesn't have a branch anywhere. You have to create an account online. Let me send you the link. So that is the link. I've sent you the link. So use that link to create an account, and then when you create the account and everything, you make the payment. They are going to give you your number. So they'll give you a voice number, and that's the number you give to your school to send your transcript over for evaluation. Okay, yeah. And if your school can send your transcript through email to you, you should let them do that for you. Yeah. Yeah, welcome to my life. Thank you for coming. Please ask your questions, okay? You know, I usually don't come online. Or I don't usually come on live. And also like my live for me, please. Like it so that like it so I could, a lot of people can also join and ask their questions, okay? Yes. Yeah, as I was saying, so this year, do a live for this. I'll be talking, but if your questions come in, I would gladly answer them, okay? Yeah, do a live audit. Ask yourself what worked for you this year, what didn't work for you. Write them down, and the ones that work for you, just say what do I need to do to make it better? Okay, what do I need to do to make it better? How do I better myself in these areas? And those that didn't work for you in this life, ask yourself, is it worth it? Is it worth pursuing it another time again? Yeah, you can send me a DM. You can send me a DM and ask any question you want to. Yeah. So the ones that don't work out, is it worth pursuing it again next year? If it's not worth it, go ahead and forget about it. Forget about it. Yeah, and do other things. And do other things for yourself, okay? That's how life is supposed to be. Don't get stuck in one place. And always educate yourself. Always try to make connections with people that matter to your life, that matter to what you are doing, people that matter for what you want to do and where you see your life. That's the most important thing. We are growing. Next year, all those born in 1996, you'll be 30 years, old people. You all will be old people. So this is the time to make audits and find out what works and what doesn't work. Okay? Yeah. If you still want to apply to school, put in more efforts, reach out to more people, especially professors, write them emails. There are many conferences now happening in Africa, in Nigeria, in Ghana. There are many conferences that are happening. You don't need to travel all the way there, like take a flight and all those things. Look for those conferences and submit an abstract. Just add something, add something to your CV. It's not always just the work. Now there are many conferences that are happening in Nigeria, in Ghana, in South Africa, wherever you are. There are conferences happening. Submit an abstract, even if it's not accepted for conference presentation. Just submit it. You will see what went wrong and then you improve upon it. All those things will improve your chances of getting into school. Okay? And don't rely on people who would be doing it and then they will just ask you to pay some money so that they can add your name. It's very dangerous. It's called academic dishonesty. Don't ever do that. When people are writing their papers, they are writing their conference papers, and then they ask you to just add them. Okay, we will add you. Give us some money. Give us 30 naira. Give us 30k, 40k. We will add you to it. It's not good. It's not good. Always, Mr. Moses Udosia has been talking about it. It's not a good thing. Don't do it. That's academic dishonesty. That's plagiarism. For those who use AI to write their SOPs, you use AI, you don't do any other thing. Good evening, Anthony. I hope you are doing well. I hope you are fine. Yeah, we are having a conversation about life in school in general. If you have any questions you want to ask, please do ask. I will do my best to respond to your questions. And also, if you have anything you want to say, of course, please do that. And please like my live so that more people can, also benefit. Yeah. So, just make sure that whenever you put in an application, it is genuine. Now, these days, I've seen a lot of fast publications. I've seen a lot of people saying, pay for your name to be added. Please, those things don't work. Don't do them. It doesn't work. When you do that, you are actually hurting yourself as a student. You are hurting yourself. And in this day and age that there's a lot of AI, there's a lot of AI that is detecting these things. It's not good for you to do that. Your SOPs and people who would tell you to write papers with them, you don't even know anything about the topic. Sometimes that's the thing. You write, the topic is about chemistry. Meanwhile, you studied community health work, or you studied nursing, or you studied computer science. You don't know anything about this thing. Then they tell you to pay money so that they can register and they can add your name to it and publish. And you think that is publication. Please don't do that. Don't do that. It will affect you in many ways. If your school does not see it in the first semester, they are going to see it in the second semester. They will definitely see it. Even when you graduate and it's 10 years, they will see it and then they will rescind their certificates from you. I've seen a lot of people go through that terrain, and it doesn't help. There was one case that I remember the time I was writing my GRE exams that came up. This person was in, I think, India, and he wrote GRE. He got a perfect score of 360. He got a perfect score of 360. He got into Stanford University. Later on, it was found that he didn't write it by himself. He didn't write the GRE by himself. As he was writing from home, people were giving him the answers. So he was writing at home and the camera was on this angle, but then people were looking at it and giving him answers. So don't do that. When Stanford University found out about that, they rescinded their decision. He was almost done with school. They took the certificates from him. So don't do that. It is not good. Whether be it GRE, be it your transcript, be it your certificate, they are going to find out. You cannot outsmart anybody, especially when it comes to academic institutions. You cannot outsmart them. So Charles is here. As I said, Charles had his bachelor's in nursing and he's currently studying for his PhD in nursing. So he didn't do a master's. Okay, he didn't do a master's. He doesn't have a master's degree. He only used his bachelor's degree to apply for PhD, and he's currently in the United States studying. So I'm going to bring him on. If you guys have any questions about how he did it, his experience as a PhD student for the first semester, you can ask him all that. So let's see. Let me invite Charles. DJ Chamilala.
Hello,
Charles,
hello.
how are you doing
If
again?
I'm doing well, I'm doing well.
I think that when it comes to using phone, this is how our faces are going to show. Like, it's
Oh,
annoying.
so I should have been on a PC. Sorry.
No. If whether you were on PC or whatever, it's going to be the same thing.
Mm.
Yeah, they have to take some cues from TikTok.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And improve. Okay.
Yeah, because TikTok will give you a different feature, but this place is like this. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
So,
Thank
ladies and
you.
gentlemen, Charles is here. If you have any questions you want to ask, we have a few people here. We are just chatting and all that. If you have any questions you want to ask Charles about his school, how he got into his program, what he did, how he did them, and also ask him about his experience as a student. He's here for you guys, okay? Okay. We have a question. He says that
Okay. I
I
did
did
my
my first.
pers-
Okay.
I did my personal statement with by myself, but decided to use Zero GPT to check for AI. Although the
Mm-hmm.
free version, and it showed me that it has 40% AI and 60% human. However, a few weeks ago, I checked it and it showed me 80% human. Why the irregularities and how can I think the person is trying to find out how he can do.
Yeah. So the first thing is that the moment you put your work in that thing, it registers it, and it's going to show. The next time you put it there again, it's going to say what's that word? It's going to say that it is a plagiarized work. It doesn't mean it's plagiarized, okay? You did your work by yourself and they have that. And because it's a free version, usually you're not going to get the right thing. So don't worry yourself about that. As long as you wrote it by yourself and it came from you, that is all what is needed. Whether you put it in Chat GPT, Zero GPT, any of them, it's going to show some form of plagiarism, but it doesn't mean, because even with the words like the, THE, Okay, if you put it in any of these AI tools, it's going to say plagiarism. And that's the truth. So as long as you've written it, that is the most important thing, and you can defend it that indeed I wrote it by myself. I did not use ChatGPT or anything to write it. That is the most important thing. Okay. Yeah,
Someone is
that's
also
the
asking, I saw on the West portal course to course evaluation and document to document evaluation. So which one are we going for, please? I think the course
um
by course.
yeah, yeah. You're going to do the course by course evaluation. Mm-hmm. Any more questions? Charles is here. Bachelor's to PhD, HND to PhD. If you want to ask questions, Charles is here. Please ask him.
I beg you.
So, Charles, my question to you is how has 2025 been so far?
Oh, so far so good. We thank God for everything. That's all I can say. 2025 has been like I've received like one of my biggest answered prayers. You know, God has been faithful. I don't think it's a year I'll forget. Yeah, 2025. It's we thank God. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so many things have happened within a year. Like so many events. So many events. Yeah, to God be the glory.
Obina, you are welcome. You are welcome. All the best to you on that. Um, yeah. So if you want to ask Charles, he's here. Oh, today is free time for you. You will not get it again. Oh, the way my camera is, my Facebook thing.
Oh, it's fine. I think it's fine.
Okay, Charles, I see you, bro. I'm proud of you. Uh-huh.
Okay. So I
For
think
people
as I
asking,
join the live, my friends know that I'm on live.
village people will come.
I beg you. Okay, someone is
Okay.
asking,
Mm-hmm.
what are the requirements for going from a degree to PhD straight? So, for the requirements, they are like your transcripts, your CGPA. You should from your undergrad, you should have like a 3.0. Yeah, a 3.0 or over. Yeah, you should have your certificates, the normal admission requirements, your three recommendation letters, I think, and yeah, and your West evaluation. Yeah, and your West evaluation. Yeah. Some schools do not require it, but I think it's the best thing to do. Like you should have an evaluated transcript because it helps to show that your documents have not been forged, your credentials are actually what it says they are, and it makes the admission process easy because your grades are converted same to the US standard. So it gives you that kind of leverage. Yeah. So those are the requirements. Yeah.
And also
And
publications. What would you say about publications?
yeah, I think having publications are good. It's a plus, but if you don't have it, there's it's not really a worry. People have gotten admission without having like publications. I know someone who is in John Hopkins without publications, not even one. So it's about how you package your other documents, your academic CV. You know, you have to make them well. You have to do it well. How you do those documents is what is important because they how they evaluate every applicant on I think case by case basis, and you have the chance to prove yourself in other ways. You maybe you don't have publications, but you have good research experience. You worked on an undergrad research projects like the way we do in Ghana. Your final year, you work on a proposal and then you do a project. That's like a good thing to put on there. And then maybe what you actually did, the skills you got, you know. Yeah. So it's not having a publication is not like a must that you have to have a publication at all costs. You can just have like your research skills. Yeah, and it helps. Helps. But like if you need a detailed list of all the requirements, like once you go to the university website, you go to the program website. So maybe you're interested in PhD, nursing, PhD, sociology, PhD holds. You just go to the program website and then you check for the requirements and then you see it there. Every schools have their specific one, but these are like the general ones. Someone is also asking, is it possible for me to study economics even when my course of study during my undergrad days is linguistics and communication studies? I'll try, but I think Aaron will be the best person to answer this. So I think you can do it, but you have to explain why the need to change your line of study now. And maybe, yeah, I think you need to explain that, like in your essays, why you feel that this is the time for you to have that swap. But people have done moved from STEM to non-STEM and from non-STEM to STEM. So I think you can do it. Aaron, what do you say about this?
Yes, I agree with you on that. You have to explain to um everybody that, or you have to explain in your application that um this is the reason why I want to move from linguistics to economics. Maybe I want to look at the economical aspects of linguistics. You have to be convincing. You just don't say I want to do it because I want to do it. Why do you want to move from this field to this field? How is it going to benefit your field now, or you are looking at a different career trajectory? That's why you want to do it. So those are the things that you need to talk about. So it's very possible for you to do that. Please like our live, okay, and share it for others to also join. Yeah, share it for others to join.
More questions, more questions, more questions.
Yeah.
Questions.
So with your Charles, with your CV, how was it? Did you have pictures, your date of birth? Tell us more about your CV. What you had.
So, you know I'm laughing. So when you like first review my team for me was it was baller because you know Ghana the way we write our CV we put a lot of unnecessary things inside, you know. But like there's a
Mhm.
standard academic CV and then there's like a CV for looking for job. So when you're applying for schools, you have to like use the academic CV format. They're slightly a bit different, but yeah. I think we
Oh,
have a question. I'll continue after. What are the necessary things that one should capture in his SOP? Oh, this is a very good question. I feel it's a lot. I don't know the ones I can remember, but basically you should talk about your background and how that has prepared you to study the program now. Why the interest in the program? What skills are you bringing on the program? How the program will benefit you? What else can I remember? Yeah. And then if you have identified any possible mentors in the program who can be of who are potential mentors for you. Yeah, that's also very relevant. Your research interests are also very relevant to capture in an SOP, as well as what again? I'm forgetting a lot of things.
your
And what
future
again?
trajectory.
Yes, your future, your goals for the future, your long term and then your short term plans. Yeah, very important, basically.
And also how the school would help you achieve those things.
It's
They are
true.
very important. You
It's true.
and in talking about why the school, Charles, what are some of the things about the school that you would say in your SOP?
Yeah, so I like to start with like why the student people say, oh, I like the weather in Miami. Like they'll be like, are you serious? Like why the school and you start talking about the beach, you start talking about the weather, you start talking about like things that are not that not have anything to do with academic life. You know, they wouldn't take you serious. They wouldn't because
Yeah,
I think in one of my old SOPs I also had that thing talking about the weather. I love the weather and you
you want
know
to see snow.
I want to see the snow. So you go straight to the important important things. Why this we talk about maybe they have some training that they do, the expertise of the faculty. Every school have their specialty. So there are some schools like nursing, for instance, they are into geriatrics. Almost all their professors are doing research in geriatrics. They have a strong background in geriatrics. There are some, they have a strong background in HIV prevention research. So all those particular things, maybe the library of the school, they have like maybe a unique library, they offer unique services, the writing center, those academic services that are available will be the reason for the school. I don't feel putting it in there that because of their funding, it doesn't really, I don't know, but like not because of funding, but just go straight to the point about what the school has to offer in terms of academics, in terms of mentorship, yeah, in terms of research. In terms of research, maybe they have some labs, some peculiar labs. Like my school, for instance, they have the share lab. They have they do maternal and neonatal research in that lab, and it's actually owned by the dean. It's like a very big place. They have the biobehavioral lab that does research and all that. So you should focus on like those particular things at the school. You can add more. I think there's another question again from
Yeah.
Jesse.
Yeah. Okay, so you just answer Jesse's questions first. Later on, I'll add a few things.
Okay. So how many words would you recommend that the SOP should be, or the number of pages? I think a good one should be maybe at most 2 pages or 2.5 pages. Anything, yeah, even 2 pages is just okay. Yeah. Like, writing should be clear, you should go straight to the point, like redundancy and all those things. I thought I was a good writer till I started my PhD program, because I realized I thought that you write something, you still keep repeating the same point over and over again when you could have just said it in a paragraph or in one line and go. So yeah, we should avoid that. So yeah, maybe you can start by writing bullet points of what you want to say in each paragraph, or like you can have like an outline, then you'll be building on it like that, so that at least you have the target of at least 2 pages. And you should have a heading, underline, double space, well punctuated, the clarity and all that. And you should organize the points well. You can't come in, for instance, talk about your background and then you start talking about the school. Maybe from your background, you talk about your research interests. There may be some experience you had with that in that area of research, and why now you link it to the school, and then I talk about the school, the facilities in the school, the faculty, and blah 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 blah. Then you are coming down to end with your long-term goals and like that, like that. I think I have another one. Someone is asking, which is your school? So I'm in the University of Miami. Yeah, you.
Miami, rich
It's
people's
all
town,
about the you.
rich people's place.
You say,
Yeah.
yeah, bro.
Yeah.
The
And
cars the
also,
children are driving here, Porsche and things. Every day I'm walking on my bicycle. I'm like, God, when? Undergrad, though,
hey,
undergrad, they are driving Porsche, Ferraris, and sports cars.
Miami is one of the richest cities in America, so you see that a lot.
Hmm.
Yeah. And also with the SOP, um, you should also know the font size and the alignment, okay? So what I tell people to do is that before you even start writing your paper, make it Times New Roman 12, font size should be 12. The font style should be Times New Roman, and then alignment should be justified. The reason why I tell people that is that when you come to school, that is what you are going to use. You are going to be using APA, and APA is Times New Roman 12 font size, and the alignment would always be justified. So this is the time for you to start using your SOPs to practice that, and it should be in paragraphs. So as Charles said, when you start talking about yourself, the first paragraph should just be about yourself. The next paragraph should be about your research interest. The other paragraph should be about the school, and then the other one should be more about your future trajectory and how the school is going to help you. So these are the way. Is how to organize your SOP. Don't write it haphazardly. Like, for example, as he said, you start from yourself, then you come and talk about the school, then you come and talk about the research interest, all those things. It doesn't make the SOP readable, okay? And also, your SOP should be very relatable. Over here, like, the experiences of professors here, okay, Americans here, and the experiences of you being an African and or you being an Asian and all those things, they are very different. For example, if you were suffering from malaria back home, Charles, since you came here, have you heard of anybody suffering from malaria? No, you will not hear of anybody suffering from malaria. So if you are talking about malaria, make it relatable for them to understand it, even though they've also not had the same experience as you have done. You understand? So those are the things that you need to be looking at and adding to your statement of purpose. Um, what are the possible courses I can be offered with my CHW diploma? So you can go into community health education, you can do public health, you can do education related courses, you can do community related courses, you can also do social work. Those are some of the field that you can venture into. Yeah.
So another problem is I realized even when I came here, I faced was because of like something like the research interest. So when you're back home in Ghana, like or in Africa or wherever you are, your idea of the things that are research problems will not be what actually exists on the ground here. And I've had that problem going back and forth because I am not familiarized with the environment and I don't know what the problems that are wet, like the current direction. So I think it's something that you should actually think through well. Like maybe you don't have to know exactly what you want to do, but like know the kind of area you want to go in and that kind of all that. Like know the area. Maybe for instance, you are interested in something, I know the broader area. Just know the broader area for now because not every problem is a research problem, and not even if it's a research problem, it's not worth researching into. So, and this place is about priorities. So they have like their list of priority things that they are good, like they are looking at, and the things that they are willing to fund, and the kind of things that they research the direction is trajecting into at a particular point. So you also need to like align yourself well with it. For now, maybe for instance, if you come in and you are saying you want to do LGBTQ research, you may not get a mentor because even now the mentors who are doing HIV research in with LGBTQ population, I nearly missed it. The their funding has been taken away from them. Many of them had their funds cut. So if you are coming with LGBTQ, you may not get it. If maybe you are coming with something like health equity, those things, health disparities. That one is better off. Social determinants of health. Those things are a bit clearer, but don't bring any LGBT, otherwise nobody will be willing to take you on. So yeah, but you can say sexual and gender minorities. So you should be like aware of the changing climates and all those things. So it will help you. Basically, that's just by the way. Okay. Please ask more questions. So ask more questions.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe they are shy.
Oh
We
no,
have
don't be shy. Oh.
we,
Don't be shy.
we have few people here, so they should be able to ask some questions. Please ask him more questions. Okay, so now let's talk about
Me.
um yes, you coming in. How was the visa process like for you?
Hmm.
Anything you don't want to share, you don't share. Anything, as I said, yeah.
You see the way
Anything
I'm
you want to share,
laughing. Hmm.
yeah.
So actually, for me, we came at like a wrong time where everything was just changing and the current immigration climate was basa, and
Mm.
they started introducing the screening, the post-interview screening where you have to give in your social media account and all those things. My passport was the embassy for a month after my interview. I was dying. I was like, God, are they going to give me the visa? Are they not going to give me the visa? I was scared and all that. But God is faithful. So yeah, I had it. The visa process was I was asked two questions. Yeah, I was asked two questions. I think why I'm going to do this program or why this PhD and then whether I was married. Yes, these were the two questions that I was asked at my visa interview. The first two people before me, they were bounced. I was scared, but like it's so frustrating when you're going for the interview. You see a lot of people, you'll be scared. You know, people will say, go here, come here, you stand, then we'll come and call you in. I really didn't like the experience, but there was no better way. The embassy couldn't have allowed that large number of people into the embassy at that particular time. So that was it. But it was a nice experience. It was a nice experience. Someone is asking, as a novice, in terms of finances, what should a person budget, reading from administration fees, school fees, etc. It's a bit unclear, but like, okay, I'll try. I'll attempt to answer it. So, what I like to do for someone who wants to like start studying abroad, I think you should like start early and like have goals. So break it. Maybe we want maybe from this month to this month you would have done gotten all your documents ready. From this month to this month, you would have evaluated your transcripts. Okay, from this one to this month, I would have reached out to all my recommenders and make them aware that maybe I will apply in the next year or maybe the upcoming months for admission abroad so that they can actually like be aware. Not that you go once and say, "Oh, please recommend me." You know how our people are; they will frustrate you. They will say they've forgotten. Someone even gave an excuse that they were recommending other people and so they cannot recommend me. So you have to like go and like all the things that you need. You have to start looking at how can I get this? How can I get this? Your transcripts, you go and get it down, go and pay from your school and get it. Start your evaluation, talk to recommenders, and be praying too. Prayer is also very important. Prayer is very important. Whatever you believe in, just pray to it and trust that your God will come through for you. And so you can't actually like because the currency keeps changing, our um exchange rates to keep changing. So if I mention right now that you need to get about $5,000 for everything, but if you do everything in bits, it will not put a lot of financial strain. Because if you say you want to get, hey, maybe I want to get $3,000 down before I start applying for schools, you may never get that $3,000 for you to even start. So start in a little way. Little drops of water makes a mighty ocean. I believe in that principle. So start in a little way, be getting your documents, then be doing things a step at a time, a step at a time, a step at a time. Before you know you have everything, then you start applying, and the burden will not be much on you, like waiting to get all the money before. So that's my 2 cents on your question. Please ask more questions. Someone asks, and can I work and study in the US? Please, so I beg you. I beg you. Okay, the reason I'm saying is that it depends. But one, right now the migration climate is not good. And after suffering and praying to God and getting a visa, you want to use just one job that you are doing or something to jeopardize everything for you to be deported home. People are doing it. They may not be caught. But me like this, I know that I don't have anybody. Anything I talk can happen. You can be there and ICE can come and they start inspecting your documents. Maybe you don't even have authorization from your school to work. If you have authorization from your school to work, then that one you can. But like it doesn't even look feasible to me. Look, you have a lot of assignments, you'll be going for class, deadlines, 11, all your things are due 11:59. When can you finish? When can you go to work? When can you it will be difficult for you and like you'll be even in the first semester when you come you'll be depressed like you go through your whole body crowd will change. That one alone is enough stress for you now to say like you're going to work. And what work can you do? It's also another thing here. You need like license and other things, even as a healthcare worker. Even if you want to work as a nanny, I learned there are like online certification programs and things you have to take. If you want to take off people's pets, there are like some courses that you have to take before you can. You can't just get up and be taking care of people's pets. Because if something happens, imagine maybe
Mm-hmm.
you are working for someone who is racist and then they call ICE on you or they call the police on you and they're like, oh, you are working illegally when you're a student. And you know, even when you go for the interview, some people ask what are some of the laws that have to do with F1 visa. You don't have to work for more than maybe 20 hours. You don't have to do this. You don't can't have to work without authorization from your school. And then you are working. They will just deport you.
Mm.
So
And
please, me, I don't
Charles,
seem to be feasible.
my other question would be for those who say that, oh, I'll come to the school, work and pay my school fees. What would you tell them?
Please, I beg. It's not possible. Otherwise, the school credit, then you have to stop because here, if maybe you are working as a student, you may not be able to get like a bona fide job that can pay you like maybe 20 or 35, $20 to $35 an hour. Okay. And according to your school's law, you're only supposed to work 20 hours a week. That is if your school gives you the authorization. If you're on full scholarship, you don't have to go and apply for authorization to work. They won't even give you because they don't see any reason why, like, we are paying you stipend, we are paying your fees. So why do you want to work? You are here to study. So just study. And then you come in that you are going to work. It's not possible. So you only do illegal work, and illegal work will not be willing to pay you more. People even end up going to do that illegal work, and then they call ICE on them, and then they deport them. you know.
Mm.
So to be safe, just it's not possible. You can't raise maybe your school fees. You are owing a deficit about $50,000. How are you going to pay that amount? I have a friend currently. Even he has like a tuition differential. He's in a one big university. Okay, he has a tuition differential that is supposed to pay about $5,000 every semester. How are you going to raise that $5,000 every semester? $5,000 is not small money, oh.
Mhm.
How are you going to raise that money every semester? So it's not possible to work. You have classes, assignments, presentations. Sometimes by the time you even come from one class, then you are broken down. You are already tired because you go to the class, you don't understand anything. So the best thing would be to invest everything well in your application, get a good scholarship offer. When you come, maybe when you come, there's even a way that maybe if you have a little differential, the school can waive it for you based on your academic performance, and then you move on because it's not possible to work. It's not. It was those times. If you're in the UK, I don't know. Yeah, that place I think you can work, but in the US, it's really hard. It's really hard. It's really hard as a
Yeah,
student.
and aside even your school fees, you will still be paying for um
Administrative.
you'll be paying your house rent every month. You'll be
Mhm.
paying your phone bill, you'll be paying for Wi-Fi, you'll be paying for feeding and all those things. So
The
you have
phone
to
bill crap
factor
pisses me off.
you have to factor
Yes.
all those things into it before. So you cannot. When I tell people, they're like, oh no, I can do it. You cannot. There's no work here. Even depending on the state you go to, there's no work that would pay you enough for you to pay your fees and also pay for your feeding, your house rent and everything. There's no work like that for you unless you get authorization, as he said, to work. Okay, and even that is going to be difficult. So it's better you put in the work and get the scholarship and come in than to say that, okay, I'm going to get something and then I'll just rush in and start working. There's no way you can work to pay your fees and pay for your living expenses.
Even with the scholarship, some people's own is not easy. Even with
Mm-hmm.
the scholarship, and imagine you don't have a scholarship and you're coming in, then maybe unless of course you are from a rich family, but it's not feasible.
Yeah. Please continue to ask your questions. Charles is here to
That's
answer them for you. Yeah. Yeah. So we were talking about your visa stuff, and what did you notice at the embassy in terms of asking questions? Was this something like you have to explain yourself to the detail, or you have to be very direct in your answers. Like, how was it?
No, I feel you just have to be very direct.
Mm.
Don't over talk. Don't like certain things you don't have to say. It's like just be straightforward. Or why are you going to set this program? I'm going to set this program because of this. Or I have worked as this for this number of years, and now I feel it's time for me to take this program so I can return to Ghana to do this. Don't say plenty things like unnecessary things that do not, because they are busy on their computer, they are listening to you, they are watching you. Maybe just to pick some points, and they are studying your mannerism at the same time to see how you are responding, whether you are anxious, whether you are afraid, whether you are fidgeting, and all those things. So just go straight to the point. I am someone who strongly believes that maybe even before you come for the interview, the US embassy does like some checks on the kind of person who is coming for the interview, like some background security checks and all that. And now that they have made it, so it means that even previously they were actually even checking our social media and all those things, but it wasn't maybe into detail, or it wasn't, yeah, like I don't know how to put it. Like maybe it wasn't really, it was just something superficial. But like now they are doing it like into detail. They spend a lot of time to scrutinize your social media, maybe even yeah, the things you post and all that. Now we know. So they know who is coming already. So just give them the information. Huh. And I think filling your application wall also is easy, because if there are inconsistencies in your application, they will easily just ask on those things, because they like maybe they have like their system that flags those things. So just go straight to the point. Simple, clear language and all that, and go your way. Simple.
Mm. Okay. So,
And one thing I feel is when you go for the interview, if they'll give you the visa, you will know it.
how would
I don't
you?
know. I don't know, but like our like you know it if you get it, if you be successful. Like before you approach the counter, you feel it that you be successful.
Mm.
I don't know. You feel it. You feel it. And after the interview, you like, or maybe within the first question, like you know it. You know it.
Mm.
Because there was the man who went ahead of me, says two people went ahead of me. One man, he said he was going to visit the wife somewhere. Was it Chicago or somewhere like that? They were like, "Oh,
Yeah.
so why are you going to visit your wife now?" He didn't give like any. I don't remember. He gave some stupid reason. Like it wasn't making sense why you have to visit your wife now. Like your wife is a master student currently in the US. Okay, he
Yeah.
couldn't explain why he had to visit his wife now. Maybe the wife was sick. Maybe the wife needed something. Maybe he missed his wife. And he wants to go and see her, so they could spend some time together and he could return. There should be a particular reason. He wasn't so clear about the reason. He said he was a businessman. He did this. He did. Then there was another one the other man who was ahead of that one. He was a math teacher from Baton Senior High, and they asked him about a formula for something. Was it?
Is it mathematics?
Yes,
Mathematics
he was a
for
math teacher. He said he's been teaching maths for 16 years, and they asked him a formula for area of something. It was not a circle, a chord,
what?
area of a chord. He was asked the area of a
So
chord. The man couldn't remember what the area of a chord was. I
it means
understand.
that if you are going for your visa interview and you are, let's say you are studying mathematics, they can ask you a math question.
Simple math question.
And if you fail it, they may fail you in getting your visa. Wow.
So I believe that the man should have like had an easy way around it. Oh, maybe right now he's having a brain fog and he can't actually remember, but like maybe define what a chord is at least. Or
Mm-hmm.
some, and if you've been teaching mathematics for 16 years, I don't think area of a circle, area of a chord, area of a rectangle, like those things to be difficult for you, because those things are like basic school geometry, like basic school stuff that a math teacher should be able to have at the fingertips. Someone who is teaching people mathematics at the higher level. It's not maybe university that will say maybe you are expert in maybe Bayesian statistics, or you are expert in this particular calculation, and that is all your research is about, and that's all you focus on, so you are expert in that field. But like you are teaching big high school, so area of a you should know. He couldn't, and then they denied. He said he was going for a conference, to the man was sweating. The way the man was
Wow.
behaving, and they were like, "Oh, we are sorry, we can't give the visa at this time." Blah, blah, blah. I was like, "God, it's my get into my time."
Wow. Wow.
It was like that. It was like that. So if you're a student, like you should know why you are going to study what you are going to study, right? Yeah. Someone
So
asked, do scholarships allow you to bring in your wife? Oh yes, I think if you have a wife or a child, it's not an issue. When you are filling your forms, you just have to be consistent. So if you are married, while you are filling your admission forms, you say that, oh, I'm married. If you are if you are single, you are single. If you have a child, if the form requires you to put there that you have a child, you can put there so that the school already is aware. So when it's time for them to send your item or something, I think there'll be a portion where you have to supplement with your own bank statement because you are having a dependent. Huh. But like me, I feel it's best for you to do your application first. Then after you are successful, then you can file for your wife and bring them. But when you are filling your visa forms, you can say you are married and all those things. But so yeah, I think you should do it like that. But they cannot deny you not to bring your wife and your kids. So
yeah, so I took two things from what you just said. Okay, one is them asking you questions about
your
your
area.
specialty, and another is that you can apply for or submit an abstract for a conference, and then use that to apply for a visa to the United States
Yes,
um,
yes.
to present your conference paper. So, guys, these are two things. One, you should be very good in what you have studied. If you studied nutrition and you get there and they ask you what is kwashiorkor, you should be able to tell them what kwashiorkor is. You should be able to tell them what diabetes is, how food would affect or will cause you to get diabetes. And also, you can submit abstracts to conferences in the United States and get accepted, go for a visa interview, pass your visa, and come to the United States for your conference. Those are two things I got from that. It's quite interesting to see that somebody who has taught for over 16 years
And
cannot
only
answer
remember the area of a
what
chord.
the area of record. This is interesting. Yeah. Also, do scholarships allow you? So scholarships cover you as the student. Okay, it covers you as the student. Yes, you can bring your wife, you can bring your children in, but then their financial this thing is on you. You have to show proof of funds for your family, for your wife and your children. But you can bring them through what is known as the F2 visa. Okay, F2 visa will allow you to bring your children in and your wife and everybody you want to bring in. Yeah. So more questions. We are here for you guys. We there for you. Um, we are here to answer your questions. School is almost over, so we've had some time. It's not easy. Okay. Yeah. So before your questions come in, if your questions come in, Charles is going to stop answering my questions and answer any questions that you guys put forth. Okay, so now Charles, you got your visa. So you said something. You said that when you went for the visa interview, they told you that they will call you or they will send your passport to you, but then you waited for 1 month before getting your passport. Right. After it was approved, you waited for 1 month. What happened?
Because apparently they were doing the social media scrutiny, whatever that they were doing to make sure that I was not a terrorist and maybe I didn't have bad intentions for the US. So yeah, that was a problem. And I think
Yeah.
they were doing it based on your earliest admission date. So if your admission date was late in August, like me, that was 18, there was no need doing mine when people's own was like 2nd August, 3rd August were there. So they had to do those people's own earlier before it got to my turn. But eventually it got to my turn.
Mhm. Okay. So yes, as you said, there's also this rule, okay, that they cannot issue visa to you unless it's up to 1 month to the start of your classes. So
Mm.
if your classes, let's say your classes start on August 1, 1st August, and then you went for your visa interview in April, you are not going to get your visa until somewhere around July 1st. that is when you'll be getting your visa. So you guys should put that in mind. All right. So now you got a visa, you came to the United States. What were some of the cultural shocks for you? Um, so what were some of the cultural shocks that you had as like your first day burger in the in US in Miami?
Culture in I had culture, so I didn't had internal shocks. So when I first got here, when I'm there, then I'll be feeling like I'm in the US. There'll be this reckoning in me, like a shock that will just hit me. I'm in the US. Like at all times, I'll be there. Then hey, I'm in the US. You know when you anticipate something for a long time and you eventually get it, your body itself will be doubting that you're in the US.
Yeah.
Culture shocks. So when I came, one thing I realized I was greeting like maybe if when I was going to campus and I met someone, good morning, good morning. I was greeting, but I realized nobody was minding me. Like nobody cares about your greeting. I was like, this will bad. So I was like, okay, then I'm not going to greet anybody again. So me too, I was also just going about my way because actually people are busy, people are going to work, they have a lot of stress, and you are coming with your greeting. Like you won't give them money, nobody cares about your greeting. And
Mm.
culture shock was like the supportive environment. In Ghana we didn't have like much of like support, even in the academic environment. You can't go close to your lecturer and talk to them and tell them, hey, this, I'm having difficulty in this. Here the lecturers are like, oh, if you don't understand anything, just go onto my page on the website, book an appointment, come and see me. We'll talk about anything you don't understand. And I'm like, not Ghana. And the system is done the way that like your work keeps improving. So whatever you do, you'll be turning it in, then they'll review, then you submit again till the third time, and the third one is what is graded. So actually like they are not interested in failing you per se, but like they want you to like succeed. They want you to understand and be able to apply what is actually being taught in the class. The supportive environment, like the services that are available, there's like counseling, there's counseling center, there's writing center. So for your even lecturers use those services. Maybe you've written an article, you need like an expert to go through for you and review it and give you their feedback on what the quality of your work and all that. The writing center helps you things like APA formatting, all those things. The writing center will help you do all those things stress free so you can ace your grades.
Mm.
And there are lots of resources, like the programs ongoing, like unlike Ghana, the only thing we have is like SRC week. No wonder in Ghana there are lots of like people in the universities that commit a lot of suicide and all that because they don't have like those services, unlike here. So yeah, that's like a culture shock. And then the food bank, the food bank. Very my school allows you to actually go in every week and pick 5 items every day. Every day you can pick 5 different items. And it was a shock to me. I was like, if this thing was in Ghana, my people would have abused it to would have abused it. But here the people don't even go because they are rich and they don't need those things in the food bank. But it's a
Mm.
nice experience. It's a nice experience. Nice experience. More questions, guys.
Yeah,
I've,
because
I've
I
not had
think
any experience with racism because Miami is like how would I put it, like an ethnic diverse environment. There are Cubans here, like basically people from the Americas, Latin America, and the like Brazil, Colombia, Cuba, Chile, Mexico. Like we have all those people here, so like you don't really experience any like racism like that. Yeah, And one thing they like is if you are trying to like learn their language, maybe you go to a shop and you're like, hola, ¿cómo estás? You just try to speak some Spanish with them. You ask them certain things, and then they're happy, and then like they are nice to you because they like it. One thing about um Hispanics, when you try to learn their language, you're happy about it. So, which is
okay.
yeah, yeah.
So yeah, I think we'll end it here. We also have a few things to do.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming and for
I'm
talking
I'm
about
cooking I'm
all this
cooking gobe.
interesting. Wow. Yeah. So thanks for coming. Thanks for talking to us and
Thanks for
letting
having
us
me too.
know what you've experienced. I know people will have more questions. Maybe later on they would ask me, I'll ask you, or they will come and ask you. So yeah, have a nice weekend and get some rest, okay?
Bye
Get some
bye.
rest. We have more semesters coming. And everybody else, happy December. I wish you the best of Decembers. And I also wish you the very best when it comes to getting into next year. Okay. And see you. If you have any more questions, you can DM me, you can send me a message. You guys have my WhatsApp number. So bye bye.